Hi, I'm Charles Soreth, Executive Chef of Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, right here in Atlantic City. And today we're gonna be making one of our more popular dishes, our shrimp and shiitake mushroom ramen. So first we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare some of our vegetables. We have some shiitake mushrooms here. We're gonna slice them nice and thin. Next up, we have our bok choy. So we're gonna cut that in half long ways. There's a little core right here in the center, which we're gonna cut out. Now we're gonna just give them a nice rough chop. We have a little sliced garlic and ginger, some sliced jalapeno pepper, and then the star of the show, our ramen noodles. Fire up the stove, add a little bit of oil. Best part about cooking with natural gas is it gets hot very fast. So while we're letting this get hot, we're gonna get ready to put our shrimp in. But first, we're gonna season it with a little sea salt and a little fresh cracked pepper, and then in go the shrimp. So we're gonna cook these shrimp for about a minute on each side, and then we're gonna pull them out. This way they don't overcook and get tough and rubbery, and we're gonna add them back in at the very end just to kind of warm them through to finish the cooking. The shrimp are cooked about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way through. We're gonna put them on the plate here and set them aside for later. Now we're gonna add our garlic and ginger. Now we turn the heat down a little bit because we don't want the garlic and the ginger to burn. And we're gonna add our sliced jalapeno. It's gonna give the dish a little bit of spice. Now we have a little bit more oil to the pan. Our garlic's starting to toast a little bit. And then we're gonna add our shiitake mushrooms. So now we're gonna add our bok choy. Our mushrooms are about halfway cooked. A little more salt and pepper. So we're gonna let this cook for about a minute. Oh, it smells great already. So you'll know it's done when the mushrooms start to soften a little bit and the bok choy starts to wilt. We don't want to cook the bok choy too much. We still want to have the stem still have a little bit of bite to it, so it's not real mushy. It adds a little bit of texture to the dish. So while these were cooking, we've had some chicken broth simmering away on the stove. We're gonna add about 12 ounces of chicken broth to the pan. As you can see, it's already starting to simmer because this pan's nice and hot. Next up, we have a little Japanese soy sauce, which is gonna add a nice little umami touch to it. Say about an ounce, ounce and a half of soy sauce. You can always add as much as you like if you're a big fan of soy. And we're just gonna let this simmer for a couple seconds. Next up, we're coming back to the shrimp. We're gonna add these back to the pan. They're not gonna take long at all to cook. I'd say maybe another 30, 45 seconds and they should be cooked. And then to finish off this pan, we're gonna add our ramen noodles. So now that we've brought it up to a simmer, we're ready to plate this up. So I like to start with the noodles first. Get some of them in there with some of the shrimp. We can pour the broth right over top. So last but not least, we're gonna garnish it with a little pickled red onion. I'm Chef Charles from Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall in Atlantic City, and this is our shrimp and shiitake mushroom ramen. Enjoy.